Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. One take and uncut. Keep this short and sweet for you guys. So to kick things off, shared by Leonidas, and again, guys, XRParcade.com. Highly recommend. And essentially, a UK exchange operating since 2014 finally lists XRP. Again, there are multiple pairs for the USD, Euro, and Bitcoin, as far as I believe. And again, they've made this announcement here recently. So again, it's good to get that further validation to really separate it. And just everybody's aware at this point, though, that XRP is not another altcoin. Next, this is a really cool tweet by Matthew Linney, so thank you for this thread. It says, please tell me what investment bank will pass up $10 billion annually in terms of savings. The XRP technology has the savings potential for large banks. JP Morgan thinks blockchain is the future of finance. And absolutely, I mean, altogether, DLT, distributed ledger technology, will truly bring tons and tons of robust savings, and then blockchain is one specific type of DLT. And so this is the JP Morgan source. So as we take a look here, estimated annual cost savings across the entire spectrum of front-to-back processes. Now, keep in mind, this $10 billion savings does not include the pre-funded Nostro and Vostro accounts. That's where it's $10 trillion to $27 trillion in savings for the whole inefficient correspondent banking, legacy network altogether. So we can see here, and getting rid of all of, obviously, there's so many benefits, but keep in mind manual intervention, the human capital costs. There's a lot of things that could be really automated and smoothed out, especially with similar, messaging and interoperability protocols. So again, based on Accenture's estimates from the article, Banking on Blockchain, dated back from 2017, annual savings range between 8 to 12 billion, and this source is from JP Morgan. So again, if you guys want to look more into here, feel free to. This is a really cool thread just to get another taste, because this is the processes to and from. And again, Michael Zischek here. Please stand corrected. Current system costs altogether, I believe, but I guess he's saying system costs, so I guess he's referring to all the processes, are $1.6 trillion. And I think he's referring to that one XRP document. I forgot how many pages it was. I probably have it saved because we've gone over it on the channel, but he's saying, 30% savings through X current, which of course still uses atomic swapping, but then 30 to 40% savings through XRP or ODL. On-demand liquidity. Now that's more than 600 billion year over year the world could save. And I agree. And if we were at such a high price and, XRP was truly liquid, like the best case scenario for us, they would actually be able to get rid of all of those Nostro Vostro accounts, and all of that money could be better spent. Now, would all $10 trillion go into XRP solely for that use case? I mean, I'd love to think so, but to be realistic, I think that they would try to create additional revenue streams. Now, would that money be transacted through XRP and be able to get more market share of other markets, such as in trade finance? Absolutely. And yes, I do believe that XRP will have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. I think that digital assets as a whole will hit 100 trillion in market capitalization. This is not information. This is not a stock market. This is true value and transacting all means of value. You understand real estate is well over 200 trillion. We know securities is in the trillions, the world stock markets, everything. It's globalization. Okay, so just something to consider. All right, this is a really cool thread by Great Gatsby. I've been really liking his tweets lately. Good examples, good analogies for everyday people to get a better understanding of the market. So right here, let's talk where XRP's value comes from and why price of XRP, the price increase, helps all. Let's say for the sake of example, it currently costs $90 to move $10,000 around the world. Keep in mind, a $10,000 move around the world, $10,000 is considered a micro transaction. We're talking about banks that are sending $50 million transactions. We're talking about global trade, foreign exchange markets, not even just remittance, okay? We're talking about FIs and central banks communicating. 10,000 is just a drop in the bucket, especially a quantitative easing when you can literally just type in a number and add to the money, the monetary supply without printing anything. It's, just a complete scam. The world's not run by governments. It is ran by banks. So right here, to move $10,000 around the world, and with XRP, it would only cost 0.001 cents. Even if it cost, 1 cent or a tenth of a cent, it doesn't matter, guys. You see the savings rather than $90. Now, would you be willing to pay $20 to move that $10,000 rather than, $90? Absolutely. There's savings. Of course you would. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And whether Ripple, R3, any other groups try to do this and capitalize off the software, it is bringing, savings to the system. Now, right here. Now, the issue with the low price XRP, such as today, is this. Say I want to move $10 million in the current, and current rails would cost me about $1,000. But my slippage cost of purchasing XRP at 9 cents might cost me $1,400. That makes, XRP a lot more expensive. Well, you're going to choose Swift. You're going to be choosing these old rails. Now, let's say XRP is trading at a higher value, let's say $6. And this is not a price prediction, but which means I need less XRP, less of the asset to move more money. So you can move more value with less XRP. So it's going to save them more as well, which in turn means that he can purchase less XRP to move more of his money. Now there's less slippage. Now there's two types of slippage, of course. There is volatility slippage and there's consumption slippage. This is referring to consumption slippage within the order books. Now there's less slippage. So of course you would buy that $10 million via XRP if it only costs you $300 rather than this $1,000. That's still $700 savings. All right, in slippage per se. The value of something is derived from the problem it solves. The price eventually has to rise if Ripple is successful in order to meet all the demands and solve the current problems at hand. And something that just comes to mind right here is, look, the value of something is derived from the problem it solves. Just like anybody that has a job. Typically, there's a quote, you are paid in direct proportion to the problem you solve or the value you add. Now, obviously, I believe that, officers, teachers, a lot of law enforcement and anything like that, they obviously are underpaid. And I believe that, everybody should be paid significantly more. But I do like that quote. All right, and now something to consider, guys. I think it was like Cugs. I forgot who posted it, but basically, since September alone, Ripple and XRP, the digital asset, have been on CNN, Fox News, CNBC, Fortune. Why? Because they're ramping up, they're getting institutional adoption on a very low level of scale, but they're getting attention, and it's my belief that they're, merely priming the masses. But when I'm saying the masses, I'm not meaning the masses like you and I. I think that they're almost priming the institutions and the payment providers for adoption. Now, that is 100% speculation on my end. Keep your feet on the ground, guys. But I just wanted to, refer to that. Now, City Sharif actually shared this pretty cool. So the plan became bigger. The list of the real-time gross settlement systems. And here's the list of all the countries and their RTGS systems. The world is ready, and just showing this. So right on Wikipedia, I know it's not your favorite source for, good news, but it is updated. So again, we see all these countries. I like looking at the BRICS nations. Hint, hint. Obviously Brazil. We see India, so they're all in the same system as appears to be. China, South Africa, but then Russia is in a different system, obviously. But do you see, we have all these walled gardens, we have all types of different settlement. Look at these countries. We can recognize a lot of the corridors that Ripple, the company, is targeting, and we understand, where a lot of the money is, whether it's the APAC region, whether it's Southeast Asia, whether it is, truly just kind of India, the Middle East, of course. We have, Latin America, all of Latin America. So there's tons of opportunity. There's truly a need for this. XRP was not invented to just solve a made-up problem. There was a serious problem, a multi-trillion-dollar problem in mind with cross-border payments, with the real-time payments, you name it. And I truly believe that XRP is best positioned to solve this problem compared to any other digital asset. If there's something better and it beats XRP, good. We need competition, we need innovation, but it's my belief, essentially, 90 central banks, guys, we already know that Ripple, the company, is with not only the top 50 world governments, but the top 50 central banks, let alone we're connected with Finastra directly to use XRP software if they so choose. And out of that, it is 90 of the top 100 banks in the world. Personally, if you just think that XRP is going to zero, I don't know what to tell you, but if you believe that XRP has a very good fighting chance of being one of the top digital assets in this space for utility, that is my belief. What is that price? I'm not sure, but it is significantly higher than now. Whether it is, $10, $100, $1,000, it doesn't matter. Setting price limits is a price prediction. All I'm saying is I'm sitting back, I'm accumulating, and I'm keeping my eye on the prize. Long term, short term, does not matter. I'm waiting for them to have utility. If they are actually using all of the corridors 100%, they are, getting adoption, and XRP's price is not moving, then I would go, oh crap, should I sell? But that's not going to happen, because when volume moves on an exchange and higher value payments are sent, it will basically skyrocket the price within the order books, and there's nothing that anyone can do because this is an open sourced market, and that is how markets function. Guys, I hope you stuck around this long. Hope everybody's enjoying their Christmas Eve for anybody that celebrates it, or any holidays with your family, friends, loved ones, you name it. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like this video, share it around, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.